Okay, so still on the subject of migrations. So let's look at how to modify and work with migrations. So what I'm going to do is let's go back to our thing here, our project. Okay. And if we go to database migrations, we see that we have a few migrations here. But let's see how we can go about working with these. So if I go to my database for now, you see that I have a few tables here. I have the migrations table that's created by Laravel, and then I've got my posts table, sorry. And now what happens if I have already some tables here and I want to redo the migrations? So what we will do is let's go to the folder where we have Artisan here. I'm going to right click and say open containing folder, and then I'll open the command line at this location. Now the important thing is every time you are trying to do something with Artisan and you don't remember it, just type PHP Artisan and press enter. That way you get this very helpful help file here. So what I want us to look at is this section here. Where is this? Migration, right here. So I'm going to copy this. I'll press Ctrl C to copy that, and I'll create a new file and paste over here. So this is what I want us to look at, this area right here. Now, not this one. Let's remove the status, and let's remove install. Create, yes. But the rest of these, this is good. So migrate actually does the migration. So let's see what happens when we try to migrate, and we already have a few. We already have the posts table, and we have the migrations table, but we have the posts table already in our database right here. So let's see what happens when we try to do that. So let me go down here in the command prompt. I'm going to say Artisan, and then I will say migrate, enter. So users table was created, migrated just fine, and then create, yep, it migrated what it could. So let's go back here and see what we have now. So I'm going to refresh the page, and we have added these migrations right here, except for the posts table because it actually exists. So that was ignored. Okay. But what if I want to drop all tables and rerun all migrations? This is where I use migrate refresh, or migrate fresh creates a fresh copy. So here we're going to say PHP Artisan migrate fresh, enter. And then the first thing it will do is drop all tables from there. So keep in mind here that it will drop all tables, meaning that even though a table is not part of the migrations, it's going to be dropped as well. So let's come back here. I think I should have done that first. So let's see here once it's done doing its thing, and then we come back here and refresh the page. So let's create a dummy table here real quick. So I'm just going to create new and then just say test like that. It's a test table. And then I'm just going to add an ID because we don't really need to do anything with this. So save. And once I save, I have a new table here called test table. So if now I don't want that test table, if I want to keep it, let's start with that. If I want to keep it and simply redo the other migrations, what I will do, because that's a user created table, not part of the migrations, what I will do that is reset and rerun all migrations. Now reset on its own will just roll back all database migrations. So let's see that in action. So if I just say reset here, I'll say PHP Artisan migrate reset. So what this will do is it will just roll back all the migrations, meaning it's going to drop all the tables that were created via a migration. So let's see here, if I go back, you see that my test table has remained, but the migrations are gone. The other tables are gone. So what do I do to bring them back? Simple PHP Artisan migrate, like that, and all the tables will be back. So done. Let's see, let's check it out, refresh. So now you see that the tables are back. This is why migrations are so powerful. You can add tables, remove the tables very quickly like that. So now if I want to clear everything, including the table that I created, this is when I use fresh. Now before we go back to fresh, there's refresh as well here, which is reset and rerun all migrations. So instead of just resetting them, I can refresh, meaning they are all dropped, just the ones that were created by the migration, and then created again. Okay, so it won't look like there'll be a difference here. If I use refresh, it'll look just the same, because it's going to remove these that it created and then put them back again. But if I want to remove everything, including the tables I created, and start again, this is when I add fresh. So that's migrate fresh here. So let me try that. So we're going to say PHP Artisan migrate fresh. So it's like creating a fresh copy. So this will drop all tables, and it's going to say that here, dropped all tables successfully, migration table created successfully, migrating, blah, 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 and it's done. So if I come back here, you'll see that this test table will no longer be available if I refresh. Okay, great. And then finally, we have the rollback here. This rollback just rolls back a migration. So let's see, for example, here, I have a users table migration. I also have a create post table migration. So what I want to do first of all is delete everything. So I'm going to use the reset migration. So I'm going to say PHP Artisan migrate reset. Okay, could not open file. Artisan, I forgot the I here. Okay, so now we are rolling back everything. So everything has been reset. So if I do this now, you find that I have nothing in here, just the migrations table. So I want to do two migrations here. So I want to show you how you can do a very specific migration. Let's say I just want to add the users table. So what I will do is right click on the table, on this file, the migration itself, and just rename it. Just say I want to rename this. So I'm going to copy this, copy. So once I copy that, then I can come here to my console and I'll say Artisan migrate Okay, so once I do the migration here, instead of no need for the full colon there, so just tell it to migrate. You say Artisan migrate. This is the normal way of doing it, but instead of having it migrate everything, we're going to put -- path like this is equal to, and then here I want to follow the path to where my migration actually is. So if you look closely here, this is the file that I selected, the users table. It's inside the migrations folder, and then that is inside the database folder. Up the database folder is the actual project. So this path I'm giving is relative to the Artisan file. So Artisan is inside my blog on the top folder here. So it means to move from Artisan to this, I have to go into the database folder and then the migrations folder. So to keep in mind, so path is equal to, so I'll say database / migrations slash paste that file name and enter. So migrating table, and then it does the migration. So back here, let's see that. Refresh the page. Good. So I have a users table now. And now let me do a second migration here. Let's imagine I update my, I'll rename this one and just copy the name here. So let's imagine I've done it twice. I've created one table and I want to add another table. I don't want to migrate everything. I just want to add a new table. So this is what I'll do. I'll say PHP, PHP Artisan migrate dash dash path is equal to database slash migrations slash that migration. So this is the posts table. So migrating posts table there. Oops. So if I come back here and refresh, you'll see that the posts table has been added. Now, the reason I did them separately is first of all to show you how to just add one more table. And secondly is that we now have two steps of migration that have happened. So if I click in the migrations table here, you're going to see that it shows me what was migrated first and the second migration here. Okay, so now if I click rollback, it's going to roll back just one of these migrations. So let's see that. Let's come back here and okay. So we started with the users table and then went to the posts. So if I do a rollback, it's going to roll back one step, which is remove the posts table. So let's come back here and I'm just going to say PHP Artisan migrate rollback. So rolling back, it has rolled back the posts table. So it's showing there, only the posts table was affected. If I run another rollback, it's going to roll back the users table as well. But what if I do more than one of these? So I'm just going to say PHP Artisan migrate. So I want to migrate the post table again, database migrations. Okay, so that's the post table. I'm adding it back again. So I still have two steps of migrations. So now if I want to roll back several steps back, what I need to do is say PHP Artisan migrate rollback, but then I will add step dash dash step is equal to, maybe it's two steps back, right? So if I click enter now, it's going to roll back two steps back. Here it's removed the post table and users table at the same time. So if I now refresh, I just have the migrations here, which will probably be empty. So hopefully you can see how these things work. We've seen how to add one migration, how to roll back the number of steps that you want, or how to roll back the entire thing, how to remove all migrations and reset, add them back again, or how to delete all tables at the same time. So these are the commands here, just in case you want them again. So this one, migrate, we could use path like this, which is, in case you didn't see it properly there, database, migrations, and then the actual file name like that. This is how you do it. If you want to roll back a step, you just do dash dash step is equal to, and then you put the number of steps that you want to roll back. So hopefully you have seen how to do this in an orderly fashion. In the next video, we're going to look at how to actually create useful tables using migrations, because so far these tables we've created do not cover much information about how to create columns and how to deal with this IDs, no date, no values, and auto increment, and so on and so forth. So I'll see you in the next video.